I need a target. I need a target. I don't have a target. I need a target.
Hello, and welcome back to The Tale of Zelos. This is episode 3. It's the third day of WoW Classic being out. My name is Bad Reactor, and you're watching my streaming series about the adventures of my paladin going through the Classic WoW with as full of an audio description as I can do, having never done a real audio description for the blind or visually impaired before, or, having never DM'd a Dungeons and Dragons game. So I'm doing my best attempt. Yesterday we left off in the Eastvale logging camp. A quick recap of what I did last night after stream. I went over to Teldrassil, did a few quests there, trying to get my tiger. Raised professions a little bit. Learned journeyman skinning, so that's cool. So I can keep skinning herbalism a little bit on my mage. And yeah, I picked up cooking because that's a useful tool. One of my guildies was nice enough to give me some linen bags, so now I actually have inventory space. Linen bags are 6 slots. Because no one can really... I mean, at this point, I'm sure people are making woolen bags, but there's nothing bigger than 8, maybe 10 slots being made at the moment, because everyone's still... Like, the highest person in my guild is level 21. So... it's an adventure. I also... from another guildie, received an uncommon Severing Axe of the Stamina, which doubled my damage per second. I had to stop at the Weapon Master in Ironforge to learn how to use two-handed axes. That cost a chunk of change. And that also means that my two-handed axe skill is 1, which means I'm going to miss a lot while I'm working on leveling that skill up. I also got to work on my unarmed skill. Yeah, whoops. I'm usually better about that. At least back in the older version of the game, I was always on top of that. So... still gotta do that, but that's where we're at. I'm back. We left off yesterday. I just picked up a quest in the Eastvale logging camp. So we're back here at Guard Thomas with the medallions from Rolf and Malachi, who were savagely murdered by Murlocs. Yeah. And... oh, I had my own uncommon drop, the Training Sword of the Monkey, which... a two-handed sword with agility, not particularly useful. Obviously, after training two-handed axes, I don't have the cash to even learn two-handed swords right now. And it's only 1 damage per second higher, or 0.1 damage per second higher, so I'll just ignore the agility and take the extra stamina point that my axe provides. If I was doing this alone on my paladin, I might have considered doing swords instead, because as a human I have the sword specialization, which increases my skill with swords and two-handed swords by 5. However, because I'm dual boxing with a mage, killing things isn't too much of a problem. Anyway, It's currently raining here in Elwyn Forest. The wind's picked up. This lantern next to Guard Thomas is swaying a little bit. Someone just leveled up next to me. And here we go. Let's continue this tale of Zelos.
Greetings. Be careful. Light be with you.
Hello, Zelos. Have you discovered the fates of Rolf and Malachi? You've confirmed my fears, Zelos. The Murlocs are a threat we cannot ignore.
Go with honor, friend.
Tell Marshal Duggan of Malachi and Rolf's deaths, and report to him that the Murlocs in Eastern Elwyn cannot be contained by our current troop presence. I know we don't have many troops to spare, but hopefully Duggan can find someone.
Light bless you.
So, now I get to make my way... Actually, no. I'll stick around here and do the bear and wolf killing quest he gave me yesterday, as well as the collecting bundles of wood that I got from the East Vale logging camp right before I left you guys yesterday evening. Zelos makes his way east across the bridge, back toward the East Vale logging camp. He keeps an eye out for wolves. He reaches the outskirts of the camp. There's a field with looks like berries growing in it. The standard scarecrow in the middle of the field. It's much smaller than the fields of the farms elsewhere in Elwyn. I did see a quest back in the camp, so I'm going to head south a little bit. Past a few houses and a well. Inside one of the houses is a man named James Clark. He's not friendly. He's neutral, so I could target him and attack him if I wanted. Level 12 humanoid. He's wearing a red bandana on his face. Is he a member of the Defias? Who knows?
Light be with you.
In front of another house is a woman named Sarah Timberlane, who has a quest for me.
King's honor, friend.
The Defias gang in Northshire wears burlap masks, but the Defias in Elwyn wear linen, which I can use to make fine linen goods. Bring me red linen bandanas, and I'll use them to fashion something for you. Defias gang members have camps pocketed throughout Elwyn. I need to bring her 6 red linen bandanas, and then she'll give me either a shirt or a cloth belt.
Safe travels.
The belt doesn't do Zelos any good. Is it an upgrade? It is a definite upgrade for my mage, though. So, I'm going to turn back around. I can see Supervisor Raylan from yesterday in the distance, and behind her, directly behind her, is a wagon, but further up behind her, because it's the East Vale logging camp, is a large lumber mill with a huge lumber saw in the middle of it. It's one of my favorite things about the toolkit of Vanilla WoW. Just some of the building designs they've done, and I've always liked lumber mills. I think they look particularly baller. I don't know what I can say on Twitch and what I can't, so I'll try to keep it PG. Should probably read those rules, huh? There's a corpse of a wolf chilling on the ground. And Zelos finds his first bundle of wood next to a tree. He kneels down and loots it. Ah, good. Zelos makes his way in the general direction of the Murloc camp, being very careful not to get too close, though most of them look like they're dead. And why did my mage... Apparently I got too far away from my mage. So zigzags through the trees, keeping an eye out for bundles of wood. Or wolves or bears that are still alive. He sees another one. He gives it to Bad Reactor. Such a good friend. I'm so good to myself, guys. So this makes his way past the little farm with the berries and heads back due north. He spies some more wood next to a tree. He can hear other people fighting murlocs off in the distance. It's good. Those little buggers are nasty. Oh, there's the corpse of Rolf. Or no. Is that Malachi? I don't remember. I only did that quest yesterday. It's fine. Oh. Too close. Oh no! Murloc ahoy!
Isn't ready yet. It's still recharging. I can't do it yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Oh yeah, like I said before, my two-handed axe skill has to get built up, so I missed a few times. Zelos finds another bundle of wood on a tree even further north. That makes 3. I don't remember how far north they actually are. Oh hey! A living wolf! How cool. Zelos takes his axe to it. The wolf parries. Another swing. Another parry! This wolf is brutal. I'm just gonna stand here for a second.
I can't loot that.
Two-handed axe skill is now 16. That's what I get for just wailing on a wolf with a brand new axe. Zelos reaches the northern mountain. The border between Elwyn Forest and the Burning Steppes. He pauses to let his mage buddy grab some earth root. he sees another wolf. He engages the wolf. The wolf continues to parry. With each successful strike, Zelos' attack rating goes up.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Until finally, the wolf goes down. Two-handed axe skill is now 26! Yeah! Zelos makes his way toward a silverleaf for his mage friend and encounters a Riverpaw Outrunner, his first gnoll.
Isn't ready.
Zelos destroys the gnoll easily because it's not Hogger. If it was Hogger, it would have sucked. Hogger will probably be tomorrow. I've still got a bit of Elwyn to get through. Oh, by the way, Zelos is level 10 now. I think I was maybe level 8 when I stopped stream last night. Zelos continues northward, spying a copper vein in the distance. He makes his way towards it, because there's a lot of competition for copper out here. And also, there's no ore in Teldrassil, so Zelos' mining is falling a little bit behind. This copper vein is over a wolf den. It was an empty wolf den, but
That spell isn't ready yet.
a wolf still came charging at me.
I can't loot that.
Zelos mines all the copper from the vein and continues making his way along the mountains. There's no more wood here, but he can at least knock out some of these wolves. He spies another prowler and engages it. His two-hand axe skill is now 35. Which means he's almost consistently hitting everything. He carefully makes his way past a camp, which, judging by all the knolls in the distance, it appears it's been taken over by them. In the distance, he spies another copper vein on the mountainside. He's pretty much directly north. Well, he was directly north of Stone Cairn Lake. Now he's to the northwest of it. Zelos continues to follow the mountain south, spying a burned-down house with a battered treasure chest sitting between the house and the outhouse. He opens it, finding 29 copper, tough jerky, silver leaf, and 2 minor healing potions. Great success. He goes after another wolf, another prowler.
Isn't ready.
it goes down. Sorry, I had to take a break. My cat, one of my cats is at my feet, so I have to give her pets. She's cute. Maybe once I get my office cleaned up, I can hook my camera up and I can actually show people my pets. Zelos moves over to the edge of the mountains because there's another earth route for Bad Reactor to get. Six prowlers slain out of 8. I haven't found any bears alive yet. Zelos finds another prowler
I need to get close.
and goes towards it.
Cast that yet.
Engaging it in 2-on-1 combat. The prowler goes down. The crowd goes wild. Zelos continues south. Finally back at Stone Cairn Lake. And Stone Cairn Lake is interesting because it's a circular lake with a big island in the middle. The island has a bunch of hills. So Zelos is swimming across one section of the lake and gets onto the island. He makes his way toward the center of the island, which is called Hero's Vigil, where he sees some Defias. Big surprise. It's almost like he had a quest here. He engages the Defias rogue wizard. It goes down, and he gets his first red linen bandana. In the center of the island are 6 stone pillars, with the center pillar with hammer, a inscription of a hammer with like a glowing sun rising behind it, and just a ton of writing underneath. It's called the Stone of Remembrance.
I need to get closer. It's
Let's-
too far away.
You can interact with it, and it says, "This monument is dedicated to all those who have fallen in the protection of Stormwind. Our people have weathered unbelievable hardships to retain their freedoms and to control their own destinies. It is here we remember every sacrifice our citizens have made during the first war that riddled our people." There are other people here killing the Defias. So I'm just gonna run around in circles until I find another wizard that isn't occupied by another adventurer. Yeah. It's weird because in Warcraft, it's the hero, the champion, whatever. The characters in the retail game have grown so powerful and so recognized. But in Final Fantasy XIV, he's an adventurer. He is a champion as you go further, but you start off as an adventurer because it's not all about war in that game. This game's all about war. So you're a recruit. Like Marshall Duggan said yesterday, you're the what was it? Lord Protector of the Seven Realms. I don't know. Something like that. Spying no more Defias at the moment, Zelos makes his way back toward the eastern edge. Have I gotten east and west mixed up in some of my descriptions? Whoops. Oh well. Toward, toward the eastern edge of the island, making sure excuse me, that he swims across between Murloc camps. And he spies a bundle of wood, which he gathers. He sees a sheep and hits it with his axe. Because in Vanilla WoW, you can skin critters. For his hard work killing that sheep, he gets ruined leather scraps. Completely useless. Zelos gets his 5th bundle of wood and continues onward. Spying another sheep in the distance, he uses judgment on it. Or he would have if his mage friend's fire blast hadn't killed it first. Zelos returns to the outskirts of the Eastvale logging camp. The rain continues to pour down in Elwyn Forest. The usually sunny and warm atmosphere just overcast and feeling kind of down. The birds aren't even chirping. That's how you know it's depressing. Zelos continues walking and gives a bundle of wood he finds to his good mage friend. Finding himself back at the small farm, he turns back around and heads northeast, venturing towards the back of the lumber mill with the huge saw blade. He stops to grab a bundle of wood, while Bad Reactor simultaneously grabs the herb known as silverleaf, which looks like a kind of a blue and green bush, which in hindsight, maybe it's not blue, maybe it's supposed to be silver. Anyway, I digress. Zelos makes his way, continuing northeast, grabbing his last bundle of wood, completing a bundle of trouble. What a great quest name. Oh, and someone grabbed a bear. Where are the bears at? I've only seen wolves and bear carcasses. That's not fair. I want to kill some bears.
That's still recharging.
Zelos makes his way southeast now, around the back of the Eastvale logging camp, seeing the stables in the distance. The stables, which also are home to Randall Hunter, the horse riding instructor that is useless until you hit level 40. Zelos reaches the mountains, which are at the far eastern side of Elwyn Forest. Clearly, we've reached the end of the world here. Of Warcraft. Pausing to skin another wolf. Zelos is rewarded with more ruined leather scraps. And another! Huzzah! I'm really keeping an eye out for bundles of wood or bears, but I'm not seeing anything. It's pretty busy here, I guess.
It's still recharging. I'm out of range.
Oh, that's... A bear started coming at me, and then a druid grabbed it. It's okay. A prowler came at me, and now I'm bashing it with my hat. And fireballs.
It's still recharging.
This isn't...
I can't.
I'm not gonna get credit for this.
It's still recharging.
That's not fair.
It's too far away. That spell isn't ready. I don't have a target.
Zelos finally claims his first forest bear. Skinning everything around him, he's finally ready. What's going on here? How come... Oh, that's why. 1 second. Add-on difficulties. Don't know why that was all the way over there. Zelos kills a cow! He skins a cow. Brutal. Fatality. Zelos makes his way over to his second young forest bear. It's a hard fight, attacking bears in the woods. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Zelos is gonna have to hit the auction house soon and actually start selling off some of his leather. Zelos makes his way west, back toward the Eastvale logging camp. But quickly, before he gets to the stable, turns north, because his good friend, Bad Reactor, still needs bundles of wood. And just like that, the rain clears up. The birds start chirping. The wolves come right at Zelos, attempting to kill. But they're no match for the tag team of awesome. The duo make a detour for some earthroot on top of the hill to the north. Earthroot looks just like you think it would. A root sticking out of the ground, with some foliage sticking out of it. How lovely. Zelos turns back south and continues back toward the Eastvale Logging Camp / Stone Cairn Lake. Keeping his eyes peeled for more of that sweet, sweet bundle of wood. And skinning every corpse he comes across. Because he needs money. This game is expensive. In the distance, he spies a bundle of wood. He runs toward it. Bad Reactor grabs it. Even further in the distance, he sees another silver leaf. But a human paladin has already gotten to it. Zelos pauses near another tree. His Bad Reactor loots the final bundle of wood. Huzzah. And with that, Zelos makes his way back east toward the Eastvale Logging Camp and Supervisor Raylan.
Alright,
Need help?
off I go
You need
then.
something?
That line isn't getting any further away, Paladin. Please hurry and collect those bundles of wood. Oh, you have them? Excellent. Thanks to you, I should be able to complete the order in time. To show my gratitude, I would like to offer some coin as compensation for your troubles. Thank you, and farewell.
Be careful.
She gave me 3 silver for that one. Just what I needed. Cold, hard cash. Zelos makes his way south because he knows, if memory serves him correctly, that there should be more bears on the other side of the road. Where there aren't 5 million other people. That's an exaggeration. Where there aren't 100 other people also trying to kill bears. He sees prowlers. So many prowlers. And off in the distance, a young forest bear. That's the ticket.
I can't cast that.
He engages the bear. His axe glowing with holy energy as he strikes down the bear. He keeps his eyes peeled for another one and spies it. But in between him and that other bear, a prowler. He must defeat the Prowler first to get to the bear. With the Prowler dead and skinned, he makes his way over to the young forest
I need
bear.
to get through. I can't pass that.
The bear goes down, and Zelos pulls out his skinning knife. Further to the south, he can see a river. And on the shore of the river, more Murloc huts. In fact, there's a Murloc a mere 60 yards from him already. Zelos decides to kill a deer wandering by. It goes down and he pulls off the skin with his skinning knife. Brutal. Zelos sees that other adventurers have been killing prowlers here, and he quickly gets to work, skinning them all. Zelos sees a copper mine, but he notices that there's a warrior next to it. He doesn't want to be a mean person because the warrior is preoccupied with a wolf, so he just lets them have it. As Zelos heads toward more carcasses to skin, a prowler intersects. I can talk.
I need a target.
It's been a long day, folks. I'm sorry. To the west, Zelos sees another tower, fortified with 2 Stormwind guards standing out front. The tower is large and stone. You believe, looking at your map, that it is called Ridgepoint Tower. And it holds the position at the border between Elwyn Forest and the Red Ridge Mountains. Since you know you're not ready to go to the Red Ridge Mountains quite yet, you turn west and head the other direction, looking for that one final bear. However, instead of a bear, you find a cow. You kill the cow and skin it. You skin all the other creatures that have just been left behind in the area. Next to one of them is a human skeleton. Someone didn't fare too well against these wolves. Ah! In the distance, to the south, heading toward the river, you see your final young forest bear. Zelos's axe glows with the holy light as he smites down the forest bear. He stuns it with his hammer of justice and deals the finishing blow. Turning around, he heads back north, heading toward the intersection of the road and the river. However, as he looks at his map, he is attacked by another bear. He dispatches the bear quickly,
I can't loot that.
skins it, and continues his journey up the river. Not getting too close to the river as there are murlocs lurking about. Zelos reaches the river, and instead of using the bridge, he swims across. Well, he wades across. Well, his gnome friend
What can I do for you?
swims across. He reaches Guard Thomas. Thanks a lot for the help, Zelos. Something in the forest must be making these animals so bold. Whatever it is, I hope it stays there.
For the Alliance.
With most of his quests in the area complete, Zelos decides to continue back up to Hero's Vigil in the middle of Stone Cairn Lake, as he still needs 5 red linen bandanas. However, Bad Reactor needs 6 red linen bandanas. So between the two of them, they need 11. However, Zelos' inventory is full, so before we go to Stone Cairn Lake and Hero's Vigil, we're going to go back east to the Eastvale logging camp to find a vendor. The only vendor I remember... Oh, no. 1 second. Mage was drowning in the water. So basically, if you haven't played Warcraft before, your swim speed is less than your run speed. And gnomes are about half the height of humans. So whereas humans can just run through streams, gnomes have to swim. So occasionally I'll look over to find that my mage is no longer following me and is actually drowning in a river that Zelos ran right through, but the gnome had to swim, fell behind, stopped auto-following, and is just in the water running out of breath. Zelos stops before getting to the stables, finding a vendor named Rallick
How
Finn,
are you?
a bowyer, where both him and Bad Reactor can... Well, Bad Reactor doesn't have anything to sell, really. Where Zelos can sell all of his excess stuff. Don't need the tough jerky, don't need the discolored fang or light feather, don't need rabbit speed, I'm lucky enough. I'm gonna trade that over so my mage has all of my lesser healing potions.
Looking for something
Free up
specific?
an inventory slot. Come on. Sorry, my mouse button is sticking a little bit. consolidate all my items into... Oh. Shoot. Trade that silver leaf over too. Alright. Now with 13 slots free, I can make my way back over to Heroes Vigil in the middle of Stone Cairn Lake. Zelos heads west